in the Faith Forum today is quite simple, friendly, so it may not be academic session at all. He just recommended to me 2-3 days ago to prepare myself. It seemed that he may think that I'm so intelligent, maybe so. And it is not the first time for me to come here. Many times I help Venerable a lot. If I may not be able to come today, and then he will be so sad for that. I can say that he is quite small, no doubt, but his heart is very big. The first forum also, the first phase forum, 3-4 years ago, he invited me to come, but then I have given just only short speech. So today I may try my best to share an idea for all of our friends here. If there may be some mistake in the language, then for that I would say that you should give apology for that. And idea also, I try my best to share, and maybe it should bring into practice for the future. As Professor Dr. Noranit said in the morning, it's in place to me a lot. He said that concerning Faith Forum, it is not the first time. We talk a lot because conflict in the world is going on, this and that. Many problems. I may say that starting from the beginning, I may say that technology itself is not Wat Mahathat Temple. The meaning here is that mind is the forerunner of all mental conditions. Mind is sheep. My mate are they. If one speaks or acts with the wicked mind, then suffering follow him, even as the wheel, the hoof of the ox. This is the negative point of mind, and the positive point to is as follow. Mano pupang kama thamma mano setha mano maya manasa je patut pasanena pasatiwa karotiwa tato nang sukhaman veti chayava anupayini. The meaning here is that mind is the forerunner of all mental conditions. Mind is sheep. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, then happiness follows him, even as the shadow that never leaves. You can see here everything starting from the mind. Whether scientists, they are quite intelligent, no doubt. They produce technology starting from their mind. But then, whether they think about another part of their mind or not, another part of their body or not, because mind and body are going together or functioning together. What happened? They cannot investigate about the mind clearly. They investigate. They can see just only whatever they can see by ears, by eyes, by nose, by tongue, by physicality. And then they produce on these things to satisfy the people. So that is the main point we have to think about. Yet you have to think also that how many our spiritual founder in the past, they develop themselves, they develop society, not to make any difference between the mind and the body. Both of them are functioning together. So, but scientific scientist people. One time when I did my doctorate degree by getting the scholarship of Indian government to come to study there, one great Indian speaker, he speak quite beautiful. He said that many scientists can go to investigate the moon. They are quite intelligent, but behind them, what happened to their families? Why their wives going to contact with another man? What happened to their families? You see, you can think about. So that means materiality without spirituality, what will happen? That means there is no balance between the mind and the body at all nowadays. So that I may say that my speech, it may not be academic, but it's quite simple way to think about. So just only we spiritual leaders should think about how we call back our adherents, persuade them to think about the significance of spirituality also. That means both of them must be significant. When they produce the materiality, we also can use, but they should think that which one should be produced, which one should not be produced, and we should think about what we call that ecology. But now when the what we call scientific technologies produce this, produce that a lot, then they did not think about, they did not share sympathy with the what we call that natural resources at all. They degrade environment, natural environment degraded by technology. So then for that we have to think about how to share sympathy with the nature and how we try to protect what we call that to protect the nature. We should not accept what we call that ecological crisis. So environment crisis, this also is too much for us in this period. So we have to remind all technician masters should think about how to clear out the problem with us. This is the main point. When we have critical study, these two verses of the Dhammapada, or we can.
Thank you all. Thank you, Jan and Kitimoli for what we've heard today and the very positive energy in the room. And it's a little bit about the energy that I'd like to explore in my 5 minutes, which is probably only 4.5 left. And that's because I'm absolutely the epitome of the way in which technology can actually turn against you. So I thought about and got my iPad out this morning and thought, I know what I'll do. There's something in there that I can make use of today. So I sat over there and I perused during the speeches earlier, and not that I wasn't listening to you, of course I was, and acknowledging everything that everybody said, which of course is fundamental to what people in the room are thinking. There's so many messages out there from so many different traditions that resonate with each other. And in that sense, that kind of commonality of purpose, that understanding of the nature of the dualistic world we live in, where, you know, technology and the rest of mind, as has been described by various different people, are kind of synergistically associated and are impossible to disconnect. I mean, we're coterminous with everything around us. The whole notion of interconnectedness has been mentioned. So I happily sat wondering about how I would kind of make a punchline that would make some sense at the end of it, only to walk over here to find that the Wi-Fi fell off, which is wonderful. I mean, that absolutely sums up what we're about, doesn't it? It doesn't detract, however, from what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say, I hope, is the message of the Wi-Fi not working. Because this notion of, and I picked it up several times today, this notion of
ท่านพระอาจารย์พระครูวิมลรังสี friends and also the guests, all of you are here, and I learned that all of you enjoy the morning session and stay until now. I would like to thank you very, very much indeed. This is the first time that we learn from many friends, many faith, and also along with group from Thailand, especially Professor Noranit Setaput, who the leader of the Thai National Officer, which is Kun Yapong Pongseida, which is to come along with his friends and officer from Thailand. What I have learned from each of you today is help me to think what is the best opportunity of individual who put ourselves forward to help society, which is the last word that I left it this morning, that we should do something to be able to make the world happy or be better, or to beautify the world, that we have an opportunity and also the duty to make it better together. So I'd like to thank friends from different parts of